my studio. Today I am going to show you my Nomad book that I'm using as a journal. I heard about this book through another artist. It was several years ago that I started this, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember who it was that I recommended working in this book or who had started working in this book and using it as a journal. But as I saw the inside of the book and the pages, I couldn't resist and had to order one for myself. And I did get it through Amazon. It was several years ago. I don't know if this is still available. It is a heavy book. It's nice hardback, fabric bound book, and I'm pretty sure that I might have paid about $40 for it, which is a lot for something to be used, I guess, to alter, which is basically what I've been doing in it, is turning this into an altered journal by adding magazine collage in it. But I have had this back on my shelf. It has been on my shelf for years. I have not worked in it for quite a while. I don't know the last time that I did, because I have a terrible habit of not dating my pages, and that is something that I need to work on. So I might kind of scroll back through and check my Instagram, because I'm pretty sure I probably might have posted one of these pages on there. I don't know. But I went the other day, and whenever I was organizing my area here on my desk, I moved a couple of things around, and I decided to place a basket over here. I am right here facing my desk, and I have the basket right here. And in that basket I have all of the journals that I would like to be working on, that I thought that I would be good for me to work in just right now. And that way, if I feel like doing anything, all I have to do is reach over and grab a journal and work in it. I've got a mixed media journal in here that is almost finished, that I'd like to get finished up so I can start a new one, and just a few other things like that. But I also have on the bookshelf in my closet, where I have things stored, I have one shelf that is just full of journals that I have started, and blank journals, and just different magazines and whatnot, booklets that would be good to use as a journal. And I kind of peeked in there the other day when I decided to put this basket here, and I rediscovered this. And so I thought, I haven't worked it in a while, and when I picked it up and started looking through it, I was instantly drawn to feeling like this is what I needed to be working in right now. So I put it in my basket, and I've let it sit now, well, for about a week, and I'm ready to start working in it. So I have a pile of magazine images that I've also started going through when I was reorganizing my space. And I had kind of started shuffling through that, and had set those to the side, thinking these are ones that I need to put in a journal. I don't know which journal I want to be putting them in, or what kind of journal. They're bigger images. I knew that I was not probably going to add to them in the way that I did in my big collage journals, where I use the magazine images with the women and the butterfly wings and the roses and things like that, where I completely fill up a page with magazine collage. I was picturing it in my mind, more of my adding those images into a journal. Then I kind of pulled this out, and it just kind of started coming together. It's like, okay, I've got these images that I really, really love and enjoy, and I want to see them in a journal nicely, not necessarily cut them up and add much to them. And then I had this journal here that has nice big pages to where I would be able to use those. So that is what I think I'm going to do with these images that I've started collecting. And I just wanted to show you where I was starting with this first before I started adding onto it. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and move the camera, move you to where you're looking down, and I'll just do a flip through of the few pages that I've done and show you what I've done. And I think you'll probably be seeing in the future several videos of me just adding images into this book. So let's get you moved and let's get started. Okay, so here is the book, nice and thick, very heavy. It has signatures in it and it's fabric bound. So what I have been doing in this is just, as I find things, I've just been adding onto the pages that were already in here. So, and this is old. This is such an old photo of me. I don't know if I'll change that or not. Just a postcard. This was blank. There was nothing on this bit, the end papers here. It looked just like that before. And so this is the type of thing that I'm planning on doing in here. Just adding some images, clipped out words. I did, this is, actually I think that is Tim Holtz, the Distress ink, the white one, Picket Fence I think is what it's called. This right here I actually added onto the title page. This area right here is what was on here on the page already, and I added these clipped words. Tape here, instead of, this is where the author's name was, so I used some masking tape and put my own name there, some stickers. I added this image and I added that sticker. So just building upon what was there. This blue background, this right here, this print, that was already part of the photo of this page. So the next one, all that I did on this one was add these words right here. So this right here says, there was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. And so I just added who me right there. And then I wrote the words, be brave. This page right here was part of the contents, and so I just covered that up with this large image right here. This is exactly how the magazine image looked. I didn't do anything to it. All that I did was add this bit of text down at the bottom. And I did go around the edges with a white paint pen. It says this is big, this is the start of something wonderful. For this page here, I took some of my watercolor markers and some Neocolor 2s and just enhanced the image just a little bit. I went over the tree here with the watercolor markers with some brown and added the leaves just to bring the tree forward more. Wrote in some words, and then here where the sunset is, I just used my Neocolor 2s to brighten up the rays and brighten up the glow of the sun. And just wrote some more down here in the bottom. On this page, I took some gesso and started painting over the text, and then I added this image that's cut out from a botanical book, and then that is pretty much as far as I got. I did go through on these 2 pages, and what I was planning on doing was going through and on some of them, going ahead and painting over where the text is. So that is it. But look at the images in this book. And I really did think, and I told myself for a while that I would tear out the ones that I didn't like, and that would give me more space. And then I got this book back out and started looking through it again the other day, and I thought, you know, I don't think I can do that. There are some that I don't care for as much, but I just don't want to, I know that I can use all of them. And then I thought, well, the pages that I tear out, I could use bits from those in other pages to create just other journals with, and use parts of them in my other journals. And once again, I thought, oh, I just don't know if I can tear pages out of this book. And then also, just with tearing out the pages, it would leave a bit of the page on this edge, and I really like just the middle of these being nice and smooth. I didn't want a torn edge of a piece of paper there. These are put together in signatures, so if I pulled the page out, then the corresponding page might fall out as well, even if I didn't want it to. So that wasn't an option. If I pull out a page, I would need to leave a bit of it on here so that it kept the other half of that page secure in the binding. So I totally scratched that idea. I'm not going to pull any out. I am going to use all the pages. And where I am at now with how to move forward with this book when it starts getting thick, because I know that as I start adding onto these pages, it's going to plump up the pages. I'm not going to do anything big and huge and dimensional, but still adding thickness onto these pages, even with just another image and these words, it's going to start making this get really bulky. And since this is a hardback, it's going to get to where it's going to be, you know, like this. It's just not even going to shut. So what I have decided to do is, and I'm not going to do it yet, but I am going to go ahead and remove all of this from this binding, from this cover, and I think I'm going to divide this into probably 4 sections and rebound each section in its own hardback cover, and basically have 4 volumes to this book. I think that's going to be the best way to tackle this project, and to keep all of the pages in it, because I mean, really, they're gorgeous, and it's matte paper, just nice and smooth. It's just beautiful, beautiful to work on. I was then again thinking about going through and painting over all the text in it bit by bit so that it's ready to go. But there might be times when I don't need to do that, so I think I'm just going to paint over it as I get to that page and go from there. I was kind of starting to overthink this a little bit the other day when I was looking at this. It's like, well, should I actually write in this? Should I try to start doing written journaling? I am awful with written journaling. I am better with clipping out words and phrases and using those to express what I am trying to say. Sitting down and writing a lot of that stuff out, just I really struggle with that. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'm going to go forward with this, and I have told myself to not worry about it. However this wants to be worked in is how I will work in it. If I feel like writing some things out that day, I'll write things out that day. If I only feel like coloring in something, then I'll color in something. If I just want to write a few words, then I'm just going to write a few words. The important thing for me is that I am using this and working in it, and just being creative. So that is this book. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is another one. I should have grabbed it. It's in my at my coffee table, but there is another book by this author, and I think it is, it might be like a bohemian vibe to it instead of Nomad. Actually, let me go grab it really quick. Hold tight. Okay, so here is the other one that I have by the same author. It's Gypsy. I was close. I was on the right wavelength for it, but I just had the wrong word. So it's Gypsy, and this one is also just full of amazing pages and images to work on. So it actually, this one, and I'm not sure if the other one does, it has these thicker pages in it. Very thick. There's just a few scattered through them that have more texture to them. I don't know if there's any more in here. Yep, here's another one. So just really going to be a wonderful and fun book to work in. So wow. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so these are going to keep me busy. And even with these, you don't even need to add anything to this whatsoever. I could just, when I'm looking at this right now, I almost even just see writing, just maybe like some words just in where there's sky, where there's this white space, and then that would be it. So I don't think that I will necessarily be adding something to every single page as far as gluing something down. I might just work with what I have here, you know, once again maybe brightening areas up of it with my watercolor markers or my Neocolor 2s, just things like that. But I just wanted to share this with you before I get started, and I'm really excited. Let me see what I've got over here. As I was going through things when I was cleaning out my space the other day, and I had found a pile of, because even like through all of this where I haven't been doing anything creative, I've still been collecting as I would see things. If I had gotten a magazine and just kind of flipped through it really quick, if I saw something that I liked, I went ahead and pulled it out right then. So I kind of had a stack of stuff piling up over on my cart that I had just been collecting for the past year. So that is what I have here, and I think that's where I'm going to start. So just some random bits of everything that you can think of. Gosh, I don't even know what all of these are from. Some are from catalogs, flyers for sporting goods stores, just magazines. These are actually from a magazine that I picked up whenever I was in Chicago, seeing the immersive Van Gogh exhibit, and I actually spilled some coffee on it. Yeah, but really neat images. And when I was looking at these, I just knew that I did not want to necessarily just cut them up. I wanted to use almost the whole thing. So that is another reason why I went with why this book started, why I started considering and wanting to work in this book even more, is because I knew that I was wanting to work with some larger images. But yeah, these are just ones that I have pulled out and collected here and there. Look at that. See? This will go perfect on one of those pages. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Okay, well, even now, just looking through these has got me really excited to start working in this. So I'm gonna stop with this for now, and I'll go ahead and I think start just a separate video of me working in this. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some ideas, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and most of all, thank you for all of your support. Creative blessings to you, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.